Lalahi, lalaho, lalahai. Welcome to AskEugine. Today we're diving deep into a heartfelt and complex situation. A woman has found herself in a relationship where she's facing emotional unavailability from a partner. And now she's discovered she's pregnant. The question on everyone's mind: how does she navigate this emotionally and practically? And an even more intriguing question: is this man a Sigma male? Let's talk about it.
Hi, I have a friend who is in a relationship with a man who's frequently expressed his desire to have a baby with her and build a family. However, throughout the relationship, he has often been emotionally unavailable, too busy, and inconsiderate. After she has shared her feelings and asked for honesty about his interactions, he suggested a breakup. And now she has discovered that she is pregnant. She feels stressed and uncertain about what to do. She has attempted to reach out to him by calling, texting, and even sending a picture of a positive pregnancy test, but he has not answered her calls, opened her messages, or responded in any way. So my question is, what steps should the woman take to handle the situation emotionally and practically?
Okay, that was the voice clip. To summarize this clip, a friend of the speaker is in a relationship with a man who has expressed a desire for a family but has been emotionally unavailable and inconsiderate. After she discovered she was pregnant, he suggested a breakup and has since ignored her attempts to communicate. The woman is uncertain about her next step, both emotionally and practically, right? So the speaker seeks advice on how to support her friend through this difficult situation. Look, the man that we're talking about, right? This man has expressed a desire for a family. That's the point of departure. He has expressed a desire for a family. But again, he's showing signs of being emotionally unavailable, right? And lastly, he then suggested a breakup and has since ignored her attempts to communicate. So I've made a discussion structure here, points that I would like us to follow on this topic at hand. The first point of departure will be disclosures and declarations, right? And then the second point will be missing information and the role of assumptions in shaping the advice that we will give. The third one, we will then look at emotional steps to handle the situation. Fourthly, we'll look at practical steps. Remember, the speaker requested that we give emotional as well as practical steps. So we will approach it in that manner, right? Where we first give the emotional steps, and then secondly, we'll give the practical steps. And then lastly, we will then look at the final question, the question of, is this man a Sigma male, right? So that will be our approach. All right, so before I share my thoughts, I want to clarify that I am not a licensed therapist. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an attorney. My advice is based on general knowledge and experience and is not a substitute for consultation with qualified professionals. that's what I'd like to advise, right? I encourage you to seek professional guidance for legal, medical, or mental health concerns. Additionally, this advice is based solely on information shared by me. I cannot account for unknown factors that might influence the situation, right? It's important that I advance this. This content is intended for informational purposes only, and I am not liable for decision based on it. Let's agree on that, right? Please prioritize your emotional and physical well-being and reach out to trusted professional and support systems when needed. With regards to the voice note that we received, there is some gray area that I would like us to take some time to have an understanding on how we are going to navigate around it, right? When facing uncertainty in a situation like this, it's crucial to identify the missing pieces of the puzzle. Understanding the nuances of the relationship is one of the critical steps. For instance, how long have they been together? That's something which the voice note is not addressing, right? How long has this couple been together? A short-term fling differs vastly from a long-term partnership when it comes to emotional investment and shared responsibilities. Right? So next, we need to ask, what's driving this emotional unavailability? Is it external pressures like work or personal issues, such as fear of commitment, right? Knowing this helps us better interpret his silence and absence. That is very important to highlight, right? And what about his reaction to the pregnancy? Fear and denial might explain his avoidance, but outright rejection could signal deeper issues. These insights are vital for crafting the right approach. Right? So, second, in terms of the missing information, we look at the woman's support system. Right? Support systems matter. Does she have family or friends to lean on? Are they reliable? And what about financial independence? Is she employed and stable to make more room for autonomous decisions? But if she's financially independent, it's a different story altogether, right? So that's the second piece of missing information that we need to highlight. So these factors influence not only her emotional resilience, but also her ability to plan for the future. Knowing who she can rely on practically and emotionally is what shapes my thoughts on the matter, right? And that is a missing piece of information that we don't have. So we are going to have to find how do we then approach this for us to be able to comprehensively help the speaker. Now, third, in terms of the missing information we should take into account is her feelings and goals. How does she feel about the situation? right? The speaker is not alluding to that. And what does she truly want? For example, does she hope to reconcile? That's a vital question that we have to look at, right? Does she hope to reconcile, or is she ready to move on and raise the child independently, right? Defining her goals can help us prioritize advice and aligns with her vision of the future. Uncertainty is natural, but clarity about her priorities, whether it's emotional closure, co-parenting, or personal independence, provides a foundation for the next steps. Now, with regards to the fourth missing information is his role and accountability. What is his track record? Has he made any commitments before? And if so, has he followed through? Okay, look, in certain regions where paternity testing is accessible, legal obligations like child support can enforce accountability. Even if his initial reaction was avoidance, you can still do something about it. Understanding his role or lack thereof helps her set boundaries and expectations, right? Accountability doesn't require emotional reconciliation, but ensures the child's needs are met. Lastly, we look at safety concerns in terms of the missing information. We must address safety. Emotional or physical harm can't be ignored. If she feels unsafe, advice will pivot towards protection and minimizing contact. Let's remember that her well-being comes first. No decisions should compromise her safety. This is in respect of whether it's emotionally or physically, right? In any situation like this, the key to making the right choices is understanding the full picture. Hence, for us to move forward confidently, it's important to fill in the gaps I've identified, such as the relationship dynamics, her support system. Also mentioned her goals, any safety concerns, and also the man's accountability. That's very important. Has he shown signs of accountability in the past? These are the building blocks for making thoughtful decisions that prioritize her well-being and sets the best path for her future. So those were the missing pieces of information that I had to highlight, right? Those missing pieces of information that, because of those, we now have to make certain assumptions, not to replace facts, but to guide us when clarity is missing, right? Let's unpack the key assumptions I've made to help frame the situation. Number one, about the woman. My first assumption is that she wants to keep the baby, right? I mean, by sharing the news and seeking advice, it seems she's made a decision, or at least she's leaning towards continuing the pregnancy. This is what shaped the direction of my thought, right? Next, I assumed she's emotionally distressed but resilient, right? Overwhelm is natural in situations like this, but with the right support, she can take practical steps to regain her footing. I also presumed she might lack immediate access to resources like financial aid or legal help. Often you may find that there are people in situations like this to a great extent, right? Such financial aid and legal help, they're often confronted by such. Second, about the relationship. Here, I assumed his avoidance stems from reluctance or fear. Let's make that assumption. Right? Perhaps he's struggling with responsibilities or overwhelmed by the situation, right? While I cannot know his reasons without direct input, his silence suggests hesitations, at least an avoidance at worst, right? Remember, at the beginning, right? He's the one who suggested that they start a family. He's the one that suggested that they start a family, and afterwards, though, he then suggested the breakup. Right? Hence, I'm saying that let's give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Let's say that his silence suggests hesitation at best, but equally avoidance at worst. I also treated the breakup as final. When someone explicitly suggests parting ways in the midst of such a significant event, it's often an indication that they are not ready to engage emotionally or practically in the relationship. The third is about the social and legal context. I want us to assume that she's in a region where support systems for single mothers exist, right? Be it legal, social, or some form of financial support, right? This assumption affects the advice I give, particularly when it comes to accessing resources like child support or even counseling services. And importantly, I also presumed that she's not in any form of imminent danger, right? If safety was a concern, then my advice would then focus heavily on protection and also creating some form of distance from such harmful individuals. And finally, fourth, we then look at the sender's role, right? I assumed that the sender is a close confidant, someone who cares deeply, for her friend, and is also ready to provide both emotional and practical support. This role is quite vital in such a situation, as it helps. It helps her feel less alone during such a challenging time. Being that trusted voice of reason can make all the difference, ensuring she feels empowered to take the next step with confidence. Without all the details, I focused on providing general emotional and practical advice. Steps that could apply broadly regardless of the unique nuances of a situation. For example, encouraging self-reflection, seeking support, and creating a plan are universally empowering actions. This approach ensures she has a starting point, even if her specific needs vary. I also speak on both legal and financial guidance. My legal and financial advice had to remain broad because I didn't know the exact framework she operates within. For example, child support laws vary widely by region, as do resources for single mothers. Offering general guidance allows her to explore local options that fit her circumstance. Again, in emphasizing healing and empowerment, because I didn't know whether reconciliation or compensation was her goal, I emphasized her healing and empowerment above all else. By prioritizing her emotional well-being, she can make decisions from a place of strength and clarity. Empowerment isn't just about moving on, it's about regaining control, no matter what direction life takes her. Even though there was no explicit evidence of danger, I included safety considerations as a form of precaution. It's better to over-prepare for potential risks than to overlook them entirely. Let's take it as that. Safety is non-negotiable. Taking small steps to ensure emotional and physical protection provides peace of mind during a challenging situation like this. Equally, let's remember that advice is rarely perfect, especially when details are missing. But by staying flexible and prioritizing her emotional well-being, practical needs, and safety, I ensured my guidance remain meaningful and actionable. Remember, even broad advice can pave the way for clear decisions, that is. All right, now let's get into the meat of the matter. With your permission, dear sender, I'd like to address my response directly to your friend. I'm thinking that in doing so, I hope to not only support her, but also speak to other women who might also be facing a similar situation, whether that is now or in the near future. Okay, we begin with 8 emotional steps to handle the situation. Again, I thank you for sharing this deeply personal and challenging question. Because situations like these can leave anyone feeling overwhelmed and uncertain. See, when emotions run high and the future seems unclear, taking uncertain steps to regain clarity and emotional strength is crucial, not just for the mother, but also for the child. These steps are designed to provide emotional grounding, clarity, and a sense of purpose during such a transformative time. Emotions, whether it's anger, sadness, or confusions, are not your enemy. They are messengers, signals from your mind, right? And the body that something significant has occurred. Let's talk about how to acknowledge and process them in a healthy way. Step 1, right? It's important that you validate your feelings. Recognizing and validating your emotions is the first step towards emotional recovery. It's okay to feel hurt. Allow yourself to experience these emotions without judgment. Remember, emotions are there to guide you, not to define you. But here's the thing, right? Avoiding or suppressing emotions can be harmful as well. Bottling them up can lead to heightened stress, even physical health issues. Instead, find healthy ways to express yourself. Whether it's crying, even crying, or journaling. Journaling how you feel. Sharing your feelings with someone you trust is also something to explore, right? It's important that you create a safe space to vent, as this will bring relief and clarity. Why does this matter? We need to ask that, right? It matters because processing your emotions helps you move from feeling overwhelmed to finding balance. It's not about erasing the pain, but it's about transforming it into understanding, allowing you to take thoughtful action instead of reactive decisions. So the next time you're feeling weighed down by emotions, remember this: validate, express, and process. It's not just about healing. It's also about empowering yourself. To move forward with clarity and strength. So the second is leaning on support system, right? When life feels overwhelming, it's easy to retreat into yourself, but leaning on a support system can make all the difference. Let's explore how to find strength through connection. First, seek solace in trusted friends or family. These are the people who genuinely care. They genuinely care for your well-being. So sharing your thoughts and feelings with them not only lightens your emotional burden, but also invites their perspective, right? Which can help you see things more clearly. Another powerful option is joining a support group, whether online or local. These communities bring people who faced similar situations and challenges, or who are still in such challenges. Their shared experience can inspire hope, offer valuable insight, and remind you that you are not alone. So why does this matter? Isolation can magnify feeling of despair, right? But connection, whether it's with a close friend, family member, or a community of peers, right, offers strength and assurance. It reminds us that we're supported even in our darkest moment. This is very important. Even in our darkest moment, it's always important to remember that we are not alone. It may feel that way, that you are alone at this point in time, but I assure you that you are not alone. Trust me, when you are in a situation like this, especially family, they are the first one to help you. They won't be the ones that will be out there to remind you of your past mistakes and what it is that they were telling you, and that they've told you that this would happen. So reach out. Family, there's also online and community platforms like I've advised. I reiterate that to remember that reaching out is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of courage. Leaning on others is a step towards healing and discovering your inner strength. Okay, now in terms of the third step, right? It is on focusing on self-care. When life feels overwhelming, self-care isn't just a luxury, right? It's a necessity. Let's talk about 3 ways to prioritize your well-being and find balance, especially during emotionally challenging times, right? First, focus on physical well-being. Emotional stress can take a serious toll on your body, especially during pregnancy. Eating nutritious meals, staying hydrated, and getting enough rest aren't just essential for you. They are quite vital for the development of the baby. Second, also incorporate mindfulness practices, right? Meditation, practices such as yoga, right? Or even a few minutes of mindful breathing can ground you. These practices promote relaxation, reduces stress, and help you maintain perspective, during tough times, right? And finally, indulge in positivity. Spend time on hobbies or activities that uplift your spirit. Whether it's painting, some people do gardening. You can read a book. That's if you enjoy reading books, magazines, or even watching feel good content, right? YouTube is quite a good source for that. These moments of joy can redirect your thoughts away from immediate pain, and they can bring light into your day. Hence it's quite important to find things that you enjoy, light things that you enjoy. Okay, why does this matter, we ask, right? Because when you take care of yourself, you build the physical and emotional resilience needed to face challenges and also make better decisions. Remember that self-care is not being selfish. It's how you show up for yourself and even those who depend on you. You first have to take care of home, right? For you to be able to help the next person. You need strength first for you to be able to give help. With regards to the fourth step, right? The fourth step speaks to understanding the situation without blame. Now, when faced with emotional challenges, right? Understanding the situation without assigning blame is essential for healing. Let's talk about how to approach this with clarity and compassion. Right? First, avoid self-blame. It's quite natural to question past decisions, wondering what you could have done differently. But self-blame only compounds emotional distress. Remember, these actions are a reflection of his choices, not your worth. You know, it can't be a reflection of your worth. Keep that in mind. You know your worth, your value. That's not the reflection of that. The second thing to look at is, let's you need to focus on gaining perspective, right? Reflecting on the situation can help you shift your energy from what could have been to what can I do now, right? The mindset allows you to take actionable steps forward rather than staying stuck in regret. This matters, because blame, whether directed at yourself or at him, right? Blame can cloud your judgment and make it feel harder to heal. When you understand the situation objectively, you regain a sense of control and clarity, right? Paving the way for growth and resolution, which is the aim. Okay, now the fifth step is in seeking professional support. Many organizations, such as non-profit organizations, provide free or low-cost support to women in crisis. These services can connect you with counselors, or even guide you through legal and financial challenges, offering practical solutions when you need them the most. Again, why does professional support matter, right? It matters because it offers expertise and tailored strategies to help you cope with your unique situation. You don't have to navigate this journey all on your own. Help is available, and it's okay to reach out. Many people do. And these are professionals that are experienced to deal with matters such as yours. It's normal to feel that this matter of yours is quite unique to you. Yes, it may be unique to you, but experts have dealt with similar cases, not exactly as yours, but they would be best, because of their experience in working the journey with you and also in holding your hand. So therefore, you won't feel all on your own. You will have comfort in the knowledge that there are experts that are quite trained, that are quite experienced in matters such as these, and they'll be able to assist you. All right. the next step, right? Forgiveness is one of the most powerful act of self-care, but it's often misunderstood. It's often misunderstood, right? So let's talk about how practicing forgiveness, both for yourself and for him, can set you free. First, let's start with self-forgiveness, right? It's common to feel regret over missed signs or decisions that led you to current situation, right? It's normal, right? But remember, you made the best choices you could with the knowledge and the resources you had at that time. So please be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. You deserve it, right? You deserve it. You went there with true intentions, and he made a plea to you with all the doubts. And be kind to yourself. Be kind. I know there were signs, right? There were signs. There were signs, but you chose to see the good in him, right? So be kind to yourself, and don't feel that you are a fool to have chosen to see the goodness in a person, right? Now, next, consider releasing anger towards him. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior or forgetting what happened. It's about freeing yourself from emotional weight of resentment, right? Holding on to anger can hinder your healing, right? While letting go opens doors. It opens doors, for your peace. Remember, this is very important because letting go of anger and guilt creates space for emotional clarity and peace. It allows you to focus on what truly matters, and that is building a brighter, healthier future for yourself and for your baby. All right. The next step, which is the seventh step, it involves shifting focus to the baby. In the midst of uncertainty, focusing on your baby can bring hope and purpose. Let's talk about how shifting your attention to the life growing within you can be a powerful anchor during challenging times. First, what I advise is that you embrace motherhood positively. It's scary. It's something new to you, to be called a mother, but if you open your heart and you embrace it positively, techniques, to go about this, visualize the joy and the love your child will bring into your life, right? This has always been your dream. This has always been your dream, that one day, you would have someone who looks up to you, right? And this is where it starts. Begin forming a bond by talking to your baby or imagining the future you'll create together. These small moments of connection can bring immense comfort and strength. Next, imagine a future filled with possibilities. Instead of dwelling on uncertainties, focus on what you can build. Plan a nurturing environment and think about the steps needed to ensure your child's well-being. Think positively, forward-thinking, think hope, think of the future, right? Think of the future, and when you always have your mind, thinking forward, looking forward, that mindset, that then translates to action. Why this matter, you ask? I say that looking forward shifts focus to your baby, and this gives you a sense of purpose and hope. It's a reminder that even in turbulent times, you have the strength to create something beautiful, right? This is how strong you are. A future filled with love, with possibilities. This is how strong you are, that in these turbulent times, you have that power. So prepare your mind, prepare your heart, prepare your emotions, that there is going to be light at the end of the tunnel. You see, these steps, they link up with each other, right? So the final one, it's in giving yourself time, right? Give yourself time. Give yourself time, and understand that this paradigm shift, it's not going to happen quickly, right? And it's okay, right? When life feels uncertain, it's important to remind yourself that time is an ally. Let's talk about why giving yourself time can lead to better choices and deeper healing. First, avoid snap decisions, right? Major choices, whether about your relationship, parenthood, or living arrangements. Those don't necessarily have to be made immediately, right? Give yourself permission to pause, right? To pause, to evaluate your feelings, and to explore your options with care. Now second, be patient with healing. Emotional recovery is a journey, not a destination, right? It's okay to experience ups and downs. Give yourself grace and allow the process to unfold naturally, right? Just naturally, without the pressure of having all the answers right away. Give yourself time, man. Give yourself time. A mindset development that's positive in turbulent times. It's something that is going to fluctuate. Some days Some days you feel that you are in charge, you have it all figured out. Other days, it won't be that smooth sailing. But give yourself time. Understand that how you are feeling when you are down, it's a process to recovery. And always remind yourself that this feeling is not always going to be there. It will pass, right? I always like to go back and ask the question, why does it matter, right? Why does it matter? Taking time ensures that decisions are thoughtful and clear. This reduces risk of future regrets. By giving yourself space to heal, you honor both your emotions and your ability to move forward with confidence. My lady, taking these 8 emotional steps, I say that it creates a strong foundation for moving forward. Now, to anyone facing a similar situation, remember, you are stronger than you realize. With the right emotional tools, and support, you can emerge not just as a survivor, but as someone who thrives, right? If this resonates with you or someone please share. Please share. I'd like to hear about your journey. I'd like to hear about a friend that you're probably helping as well. So let's encourage each other to be there for ourselves, to be there for our friends. We are a community. If you know of any help out there that you would like to suggest as well, please mention the country that you're in, mention the organization that deals with such matters. Just a quick recap. Remember, we've covered so far in our structure, right? First was the disclosure and declarations, right? Then followed by that was the missing information. Was the missing information and the role of assumptions in shaping our thoughts, right? Then that was then followed by the proposed emotional steps to handle the situation. In this segment now, I outline 10 practical steps that can help you move forward with confidence and resilience. The first that I want us to have a look at is in assessing the immediate needs, right? This first step navigates challenging situations on the physical health and safety aspects, right? That's the starting point, right? The physical health and safety aspects, that should be the immediate needs. First focus on your physical health. Scheduling an appointment with a doctor, a doctor specializing in women's reproductive health and pregnancy, like an OB-GYN, also known as an obstetrician, or a gynecologist. It's quite essential. They'll confirm pregnancy and monitor the health of both yourself and the baby. Early prenatal care can catch potential issues like nutritional gaps or even medical concerns, and address them before they become a serious issue, right? Hence I say that this should be primary, and this should take precedence, right? And during these visits, discuss essential prenatal care like vitamins, dietary adjustments. Also inquire, talk to your doctor, about the lifestyle and the possible lifestyle changes. Establishing a strong foundation early on sets the stage for a healthy pregnancy journey. This is quite important, because early medical care reduces the risk of complications and ensures both the baby and yourself, right, are on the best possible path moving forward. Next, conduct a safety check. If there are concerns about personal safety, reach out to shelters, domestic violence hotlines, or local support organizations. These resources provide immediate assistance and protection. Physical safety is non-negotiable. I stress, protecting both the mother and the baby from harm is the foundation of everything else. The second step, legal consideration. Once immediate needs are addressed, the next step in terms of legal consideration is what we look at. This part may feel intimidating, but breaking it into manageable steps can make all the difference. I advise that first and foremost, document everything. This is what lawyers always say, document everything. Keep records of communications with the father, whether it's text messages, WhatsApp messages, emails, or your attempts, any attempts that you made to inform him about the pregnancy. These records may become essential if legal action is needed later. We hope it doesn't get to that, but it is important, because having detailed documentations strengthens your position in custody or support disputes. Ensuring your story is supported by evidence is very important in the legal journey. Next, know your rights. Research regional laws regarding your child support, regarding custody, as well as parental responsibilities, right? Both of you may have rights depending on the region where you are, right? As a father, irrespective, remember that the child is the center of everything, irrespective of how the father may be reacting at the beginning, and both of you in that regard will have responsibilities. Consider reaching out to legal aid organizations for guidance on the best path forward. I advise that you do that. These non-profit organizations provide free or also low-cost legal services. Lawyers also offer legal advice or representations for free. It's what they call pro bono work. Pro bono meaning for the public good. Many attorneys volunteer their time for pro bono work to help individuals and communities in need. Why does this matter, right? In closing, on this point, knowing the law helps you stand up for yourself and your child. You have to stand up for yourself. Making sure your rights are protected is important for your health, for your mind, for also your planning. You need to know how do you then navigate moving forward, and how does the law protect you in that process. So finally, if necessary, establish paternity. A paternity test may be essential for securing child support and holding the father accountable for his responsibilities. It would be best that you also just do your research, find out about this when you talk to the doctor, how to go about, and also do your own research as well. This matters because paternity confirmations lay the groundwork for legal claims, particularly for financial, right? Financial, as well as raising the child emotionally as well. Creating a stable future for both you and the child. Now, after addressing health and legal consideration, the next step is creating a financial plan. This is quite crucial for navigating the added responsibilities that come with pregnancy and parenthood, right? Start by assessing your finances. Take a close look at your current savings, what income you can put on the table, as well as the expenses that goes with that, right? This helps prepare for additional costs ahead, like medical bills, baby supplies, and childcare as well. This matters because financial stability reduces stress and allows you to focus on building a secure future for yourself and also for the baby. Next, seek support. There's organizations like UNICEF. There's also Save the Children. There's Red Cross. They often offer programs to assist pregnant women and single mothers worldwide, right? These include healthcare services, nutritional support, and as well as housing assistance. Additionally, local NGOs or government programs in your country may provide resources to ease financial burdens during this time. So reach out to these organizations. They also have networks, to direct you to the relevant people if they are not the relevant people. Yes, again, this matters because leveraging available resources provides much needed relief, making it easier to focus on what matters most: your well-being and our angels' a future ahead. Okay, finally now, plan for employment. If you're working, discuss maternity leave options with your employer, including paid or unpaid leave. Explore explore your rights. And if you're unemployed, consider options like remote work. There's also freelancing. If you have the skills, there's also freelancing or part-time roles that offer flexibilities. So platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or even local job boards can help you find opportunities suited for your skills. Yes. Now additionally, also look into training programs. Training programs or certifications that can enhance your employability in the long term. Remember, a sustainable income ensures long-term security for both you and your child, allowing you to build a brighter future. Okay, now the fourth practical step that we have to look at is establishing a support network. Building a support network is essential for navigating the challenges ahead. It starts with surrounding yourself with people who care and understand your journey. Involve trusted individuals. Identify friends or family who can offer practical help, like accompanying you to appointments or simply being there to listen when things feel overwhelming. This is important because such reliable system can alleviate feelings of isolation and also provide critical assistance when you need it the most. Next, consider joining support groups. Whether local or online, these communities allow you to connect with other single mothers, share experiences, and also discover valuable advice and resources. I can't stress enough how important making these friendships and putting yourself out there, right? It's very important. It has benefits. Being part of such community will remind you that you're not alone. It provides both emotional reassurance and practical solutions to help you through this journey. All right. Moving right along, we go to the fifth practical step, and that is you now preparing for parenthood. Again, preparing for parenthood is a journey filled with opportunities for you to learn and to grow. Taking proactive steps now will build your confidence and make this transition smoother. Start by educating yourself. Parenting classes, books, and videos on platforms such as YouTube can provide valuable insights into caring for a newborn and help you feel more confident in your role as a mother. This matters because with knowledge, knowledge equips you for the challenges of motherhood, giving you the tools you need to care for your baby and yourself. So yeah, that's why I advise you to use such platforms. They will assist you in filling the gaps or questions that you may have, and also just to show you areas as well that you might not be thinking of which it will assist you in this journey. Next, also start gathering essentials. Look into donation drives, secondhand stores, or baby registries to collect the items you'll need for your baby's arrival. Everything from diapers to a safe crib. Remember, being prepared reduces last-minute stress and ensures you're ready to welcome your baby into a comfortable and loving environment. The next step that we're going to then talk about now is to decide on the relationship with your baby's father. Deciding on the relationship with your baby's father is an important step. It requires setting boundaries and being clear about your needs and expectations. This is quite important, right? Start by setting boundaries. If he continues to ignore you, take a moment to assess whether pursuing reconciliation is emotionally or even practically viable, right? Protecting your emotional well-being is essential. As establishing boundaries matters because it brings clarity, helping you prioritize what's best for you and your baby. If he re-engages, have an open and honest conversation about expectations and, importantly, responsibilities. Clear communication fosters understanding and ensures accountability, thus setting the foundation for co-parenting or any closure. All right, now the next step is in emergency preparedness. Emergency preparedness is about ensuring safety and support during critical moments. This is now taking the time to plan can make all the difference later. Start by compiling a list of emergency contacts. This should include the trusted individuals accessible to you. This can be nearby friends, family, depending on your community settings, your neighbors, and important services that can also provide immediate assistance when needed. You need to have a list of that. Remember, quick access to help ensures that you and your babies are safe and supported during emergencies. Next, start planning for labor and delivery. Identify a hospital or birthing center and ensure you have reliable transportation arrangement for when the time comes. This is important because being prepared for labor and delivery reduces anxiety and ensures that everything runs smoothly when it's time to meet your baby. Next step, this is the 8th practical step. It's long-term planning, right? Now with long-term planning, it's about building a stable foundation for both you and your child. With the right steps, you can create a nurturing environment and a pathway to independence. Start by securing stable accommodation. Look into low-income housing options, or consider co-living with supportive family or friends to ensure a safe, nurturing home for your child. The goal is to create a stable home as it provides the foundation for a child to grow and thrive. Next, invest in your future through education or skill development, right? Online courses or certifications can open doors to new career opportunities, and financial independence, right? This is important because that personal growth fosters resilience and empowers you to build a secure future for your family. Finally, explore affordable childcare options. Reliable childcare ensures you can balance work and parenting effectively when you're ready to return to work. This will give you peace of mind and allow you to focus on providing for your child. And the ninth step to consider is counseling for co-parenting. Co-parenting, when approached with intention and support, can create a stable and positive environment for your child. Counseling is a great way to set the framework for a healthier arrangement, right? If he shows interest in being involved, consider seeking counseling to establish a co-parenting framework. Counseling can help align expectations and reduce potential conflict. Such a cooperative approach, benefits the child. This ensures they grow up in a harmonious and supportive environment. That's what we want. And however, if he remains unresponsive, focus on preparing for single parenting. Develop a backup plan that includes contingency steps for potential future legal involvement. Being prepared for all scenarios ensures stability and security for both you and your child. Now we've reached the final step, and that speaks to encouraging resilience and self-advocacy. Resilience and self-advocacy are powerful tools for navigating the challenges of single motherhood. Recognizing your strength is the first step, right? Encourage yourself to recognize your own strength and capability. Many women thrive as single mothers, building incredible lives for themselves and their children. Remember, confidence fosters a positive outlook, resilience, and the ability to tackle challenges hands-on. So in navigating a situation like this, it is no small task, but as we've explored, there are clear and practical steps one can take to regain a sense of control and direction. If you're supporting someone in this situation, remind them that they are not alone. With the right tools, community, and mindset, they can move forward with strength and purpose. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to grow and create a brighter future. This being for yourself and your child. So let's continue to support each other, with kindness as well as understanding. All right, now in this final segment, we answer the question: is he a Sigma male? Right. That's the final question that we're answering now. Is he a Sigma male? Understanding whether a man aligns with the traits of a Sigma male requires a nuanced look at his behavior, particularly in emotionally challenged situations. Sigma males are often misunderstood. So let's clarify what defines them and how their actions might differ from those of emotionally unavailable or avoidant individuals. One thing that you should understand about Sigma males is that such males are quite independent. They are also introspective and self-reliant in thought individuals, right? They value their personal freedom and often choose meaningful connections over superficial ones. While they tend to maintain a low profile and enjoy solitude, they are emotionally self-regulated. They are responsible as well, and they are quite authentic. Importantly, being a Sigma male does not equate to being emotionally unavailable or dismissive. Sigma males take responsibility for their actions and respect the emotional needs of others, even as they prioritize their independence. So now let's analyze the actions of this particular man in question, right? Remember his behavior in this situation. He expressed a desire for a family, but acted inconsistently by being emotionally unavailable. That was the first that we could identify under the information, of course, that we could deduce from the clip that we listened to, right? He suggested a breakup when faced with emotional accountability. That was the second. The third was that he ignored communications. He ignored communication after learning about the pregnancy. These behavior indicate emotional immaturity, avoidance, or fear of responsibility. Such actions are not aligned with self-awareness, be it accountability, and respect for meaningful connections often associated with Sigma males. In analyzing his behavior from a Sigma male perspective, this man's actions highlight a misunderstanding about independence and emotional unavailability. A true Sigma male values emotional responsibility and authenticity in relationships, even while maintaining his independence, I repeat. Sigma males might choose solitude, but don't shy away from accountability when it matters. Ignoring someone during a critical moment like pregnancy reflects avoidance, right? It reflects avoidance and definitely not strength. Secondly, I want to offer advice for women interacting with Sigma males. Understanding the difference between a Sigma male and an emotionally unavailable partner is key, because Sigma males communicate their needs and values, even if they prefer solitude, like we mentioned, right? If a man avoids accountability or fails to support you during critical moments, It's not about his independence. It's about his unwillingness to engage. Let's make that clear, right? Recognizing emotional availability is essential. While Sigma males may seem reserved, they are intentional in their relationships. Their independence doesn't translate to neglecting responsibilities, especially in pivotal situations. Thirdly, relating to Sigma male communication style, often approach in relationship. The approach is with clarity and intention. If a Sigma male feels a relationship isn't working, he will likely communicate it directly rather than avoiding or ignoring the situation. That's an important distinction to look for in a relationship. Someone who communicates, right? Someone who communicates. Yes, there comes a time where a person has done their best to communicate and is ignored, but take note, when someone communicates, listen, don't allow them to get to a stage where communication is something that they then view as something that doesn't carry weight. All right. A Sigma male also values respectful dialogue and will express concerns without resorting to avoidance or dismissive behavior. I'd say they prefer resolving conflicts authentically rather than prolonging emotional discomfort. Okay, and then fourth, in respect to broadening the lessons to emotional responsibility, this situation reminds us all, Sigma male or not, that emotional responsibility is crucial in any relationship. Avoiding tough conversation doesn't make someone strong or independent. It simply creates unnecessary pain for others, whether you identify as a Sigma male or not. Taking ownership of your actions and being present during critical moments is a hallmark of emotional maturity. Accountability over avoidance is key, right? Because true strength lies in confronting challenges with honesty and respect, right? This principle applies universally, regardless of personality archetypes. For women as well, for women navigating relationship with independent men like Sigma males. Remember, independence doesn't mean emotional absence. Look for someone who values clarity, who values responsibility and mutual respect. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about men who value independence. Don't mistake emotional avoidance for strength. True independence includes owning your actions and supporting those who rely on you. This matters, this truly matters. This matters because it sheds light on the difference between healthy independence and emotional avoidance. Right? This was a good case for us to distinguish the two. Right? To distinguish the two. This has given us an opportunity to traverse between the lines, of manipulation and genuineness, right? So, ladies, understanding these nuances will help you make informed decisions about the dynamics of your relationships. To men, recognize the importance of emotional accountability in maintaining trust and respect. Both parties. I appeal you foster connections, build on authenticity, responsibility, and mutual understanding. Thank you for the voice clip. I'm going to rely on the community to fill in the gaps where I might have missed some of the things. If you have any ideas, please share them. Like I've mentioned at the beginning, that I'm not an expert on this matter. I have done my best to do my research, to consult with scholarly material out there, and also experts that are quite vocal on the subject matter. So please, to experts out there, also please comment, criticize. I'm open for critique. Please do criticize where I've fallen short. Let's talk. In the end, this is about the community out there, and any contribution will be welcome. I also invite more questions. I invite more questions. If you have a clip that you would like to record, record yourself on a clip, send it through to the channel. The details we'll provide below on how you can communicate with us. We will take your clip, your question, give it the respect, do research, and do our best to advise and give answers where we can. And of course, we rely on the community to also assist us. Let this be a movement, where we communicate and build each other, and learn more about what a Sigma man is, the role that they also play in society. Nana he, nana ho, nana bye.